Today we're at Sebastian Inlet. We're at the docks. We're fishing for Jack Crevalle, snook, bluefish, and ladyfish. They're here too. But after that, after we catch that, we're gonna use them as bait, as shark bait. But I'm gonna show you all the proper way to make the rigs for Jack Crevalle and things like that. Well, I like to use number 10 wire, tooth-proof. It's always worked for me. Never broke off. You could use mono, but I like wire because it just flies better. There's more weight to it. So you just take a good piece off. Probably from the length to my fingertips. Just because think about it, you're going to still have to wire it and all that stuff. So about that far. I'll cut it. Then you want to swivel. I have a bunch of swivels in here, but I like these little swivels. They work better, they're smoother. Not sure if you can see them, but they're good swivels. Yes, I could do that, huh? They're tiny, about the size of your fingertips. But yeah, you do that. Obviously run it through the eye. I like to leave a little bit and then bend it. Just where they're side to side. By side to side, I mean this. Basically. And what I like to do is I like to put the needle nose pliers, let the swivel at the bottom of it, and I crimp it as close, not crimp it, but I put the pliers as close as I can. And then it's like that. So what that does, it gives you the width of the pliers. So once you start wiring, you'll have that playroom of the swivel. You'll see what I mean at the end. I'm a lefty, so I gotta do this, but you just bend it. First time you want to do a couple loose turns. Number 10 wire is way easier than number 19, but we use number 19 for shark fishing, so that's a big difference. But yeah, as you can see, I did a couple loose turns. I'm not sure if you can see it that well. But after that, you want to do tight turns. You want to take your time on this part. I do it a lot, so I'm pretty quick at it, but it's 10 too, so you can't really mess it up. I do it about 5 times. The more you do it, the brittle it gets. But I'll do it one more time. And as you can see, what that gives me is it gives me that little loop for the swivel to play. I just like it personally. It helps out a lot. It's better than doing it super tight where it stays like this. It has, you know what I mean? So I like that. You cut the excess off. And that's your first part. And so for the lures, there's a bunch of different types of lure. There's a bucktail. These are pretty. You catch a bunch of them off of this, but we also have these. And there's different types, of course. Oh, it's upside down, sorry. And there's obviously different sizes and weights. I get them both because I have I have a bunch of battles. I'm a big battle fan, and I have a 35, I have a 5, I have an 8,000. They're just good reels overall. But I have them different weights and sizes and stuff like that for obviously the different size battles. But I guess I'll just put on this one. And what I like about this one is just that sound, you know. I guess it attracts it. Maybe, maybe not, but you know, yeah. So we're gonna put that on. They're really not that hard to put on. It's the same process that you just did for the swivel. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Just watch out for the treble hooks too, because they'll get you. And they don't feel good. Nothing can ruin your day than getting hooked. So I'm gonna use the pliers. Be smart, man. I like to leave the same play in the in this one like I do the other one too, like the swivel, just so it can swim around freely if a fish bites it. It won't break it, because as you can tell, if you twist number 19 enough, it'll just pop right off. And say if a fish is like an amberjack, or not an amberjack, a Jack Crevalle, they can break it really easily. And so usually when you cut them, you'll have that little extra piece popping up. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. See how that little piece popping up right there? I just like to smush it down, because you never know. On my battles, I use 30-pound braid. You know, I don't really care that. Anyways, I use that, and it'll wrap around that and cut it. Or, you know what I mean? It'll just mess you up, and that's time that you can't fish, and that's fish, you know what I mean? So I just like to smush it basically. It won't affect it. It'll just save you time from doing it later, or untangling your braid and so forth. And I like doing multiple ones at a time. I'm not going to show the whole video of every one, but if you do multiple ones at a time, you'll have ones, because here in Sebastian you break off a lot. Maybe not with these, not with the poppers, but bucktails or stuff, spoons. I don't have any spoons with me right now, but spoons are also a good thing to use for jacks. But that's the rig. Yay big. You just tie it to your braid or mono, whatever you use. You just let it swim. But I catch more blues off of poppers than I do anything else. And then all my crevalles I catch on bucktails. This is what I showed you the first time. Trick of bucktails that Sebastian knows that you want to fish bottom. People say don't fish bottom, but you do. So you cast it out, you let it hit bottom, and you just jerk it, you know what I mean? But tomorrow you'll see we'll have a bunch of videos posted of us catching fish, hopefully, and keep you posted. So just click on the next video of Sebastian Inlet, and you'll see how we catch fish. Like and subscribe, please. Pretty Risky Fishing.